He claims to be representing a political party. On the basis of their petition, we had ordered elections.
That's right, Mahar.
So what is this?
That's right.
So there are two things. One is that perhaps the best course would be that because there was a matter pending here, a direction had been given by the Supreme Court. The best course was for the High Court that take the matter to the Supreme Court.
That's
one. Number two, the notification is such that it covers all the provinces.
That's right.
So one High Court dealing with one province cannot deal with that. There is a judgment also which in a CSS matter, the idea was to go to the Supreme Court because you can't upset. I mean, you're actually upsetting the other provinces who don't want to.
I believe there's a division bench judgment of my lord was heading the division.
That's right. Where the CSS exam was challenged, and they said if one province will do it, it will affect the entire exam for all the other provinces. So suppose people sitting in Balochistan and Sindh would like to go ahead, they are also affected. Sara dysfunctional ho gaya.
Notifications have been suspended throughout.
Attorney General, is he the same judge who had passed that order in the electricity petition? 1,600 or 1,100 petitions came before us.
Yes, Mahar.
Sorry, this is not on. You have to stay within the confines of the Constitution. We take oath to abide by the Constitution, the law. And Article 189 is bound on him, on all courts. I mean, he's really upset our order. He's sort of disregarded our order. I mean, he doesn't even refer to it. He says suspended. His own Chief Justice saying that I can't spare judicial officers because I got 13 lakh cases in the province. So there'll be a writ issued against the Chief Justice.
No. Can't be.
This is not on.
What's the possibility? Could you just assist us? I mean, there was an earlier order, and the entire election is being, there was a direction that 8th February ko hoga, and Supreme Court has passed orders that no step would be taken to derail.
Yes.
So, what is the possibility that if such a case has been filed, that is to be brought before the Supreme Court? Could that case be taken away from the High Court and brought here?
There are past precedents, my lord.
So that it is heard at one place for the entire country?
Yes.
But why should we give a relief to a person who is a contemner? I use the word contemner because he is derailing democracy.
That's right.
Why should this person hold Pakistan to ransom?
It's actually an individual.
It's an individual, my lord. That's what
I'm inclined to, I don't know, I'll consult my colleagues to issue him contempt notice.
Once you get the petition here.
क्यों उसकी petition को entertain कर रहा हूँ? These things are happening.
Mr. Swati, जरा 51(1) पढ़िए जरा.
This is relating to the 51(1) में फिर ARO और RO of the judicial.
51(1) जो है वो it deals with the.
इधर चेक करें, ये लॉयर भी हैं, ये बैरिस्टर उमैर खान नियाजी.
He is an advocate, sir. He's an advocate of High Court, yes.
Yes, you know him?
Yes.
Which is he alone, firm with some firm or what?
My lord, he had previously served as a law officer, as an additional advocate general in Punjab, but he was associated with Tehreek-e-Insaf. He was president of, as it is written in the memo of the petition also, he served as the president of the lawyers wing of that party.
He's not a young man then.
He's about as old as I am, so...
That's young enough.
So a young man.
So he's not like in his 20s.
No.
That on his exuberance, he files a petition not realizing what he's doing.
My lord, 51(1) provides for consultation with the Chief Justice for appointment of the judicial officers.
51(1).
51(1). The Commission shall, in the prescribed manner, appoint from amongst its own officers or officers of any government or corporations, autonomous or semi-autonomous bodies controlled by any government, or from the subordinate judiciary in consultation with the Chief Justice of the concerned High Court, a returning officer for each constituency. This is the provision which has been.
अगर 51(1) को कोई कोर्ट अल्ट्रा वायरस डिक्लेयर कर दे तो क्या कभी इलेक्शन हो सकता है?
नहीं. Then we have no other power.
50 को छोड़ देते हैं. 51(1) को अगर मुकम्मल अल्ट्रा वायरस कर दें तो ये इलेक्शन कभी भी नहीं हो सकता. फिर डीरेलिंग करना कहना आप ये कहें कि इलेक्शन नहीं कराना चाहते.
इलेक्शन नहीं करवाना चाहते.
तो ये तो इन्हें पिटीशन ग्रांट कर दी रहा है, क्या किया फिर इसमें?
This is the main relief granted at the interim stage, which is also unconstitutional, unlawful.
اچھا آپ کے پاس کوئی درخواست نہیں دی؟
No, my lord, no, my lord. There was nothing of this sort ever agitated anywhere in the whole.
دیکھیں ہو سکتا ہے کہیں غلط ہو گیا ہو, کسی کا بھائی وغیرہ کو اپوائنٹ کر دیا ایز آر او, چلیں ہو سکتا ہے.
انڈیویجول کا اگر کسی ایک کی کرے
وہ کہے گا جی آپ یہ بندہ گناہ ہے دوسرے کو لگا دو, ہم لگا دیں گے.
1,500 بندہ ہی biased ہے ان کے اگینسٹ, اور ان کے اگینسٹ نہیں, جسٹ اگینسٹ ون انڈیویجول. probably he might be contesting from one constituency. آپ اس کے حد تک کریں اگر آپ کو پرابلم ہے. come to us, we will look into it.
وہ یہ بھی نہیں بتا رہے کہ اس آفیسر میں پرابلم کیا ہے.
No,
they're saying کہ ایز اے کانسیپٹ ایگزیکٹو نہیں ہوتا.
ایز اے کانسیپٹ چونکہ ہمارے اگینسٹ ایم پی اوز کے آرڈرز کی ہیں ڈپٹی کمشنرز نے, تو اس لیے جو ہے ہمارے اگینسٹ پارٹیز ہیں. دس از دی ایلیگیشن.
یہ بتائیں کہ آر او اور ان کے خلاف کوئی کسی کو کوئی بائسنس ہو تو آپ کے پاس ان کا آنے کا کوئی ہے لا؟
جی,
کون سی سیکشن ہے کہ ان کو آپ کے پاس آنا چاہیے کہ نہ کہ ڈائریکٹ میں جانا چاہیے؟ اگر ریمیڈی آپ کے پاس تھی تو وہاں آئے نہیں آئے آپ کے پاس؟
They've never approached us.
وہ ہے کوئی پروویژن بتائیے.
It's 50, not 55, it's 55 کا 3 ہے. الیکشن ایکٹ کا 55 کا 3 جی. The Commission 55(3) Section 55, subsection 3. The Commission may, at any time, for reasons to be recorded in writing, suspend or withdraw any election official, a public servant.
کون سا پڑھ رہے ہیں؟
55, Section 55, subsection 3, my lord.
Yes.
The Commission may, at any time, for reasons.
تو آرٹیکل 199 ذرا پڑھیے آئین کا, یہ تو وہی مار کھا جائے گا.
جی. Alternate remedy.
Last time the same learned judge passed the same order. کتنا نقصان پہنچایا ہے پاکستان کو؟
Sir, I think the total was few hundred billions. I don't remember the exact number, but few hundred billions actually.
بجلی والے
500 billion or something. About 500 billion.
Then again نیپرا کو انہوں نے بائی پاس کر کے آرڈر کر دیا.
Subject to the Constitution, a High Court may, if it is satisfied that no other adequate remedy is provided by law. There's a rider, adequate remedy is there. اور in fact یہ assessment کے کوئی biased ہے یا نہیں ہے وہ بھی کسی کورٹ نے نہیں کرنا,
یہ خود یا تو
وہ الیکشن کمیشن نے کرنا ہے. through their long arm of the people they work under election commission, because we have got people even at the lowest strata.
لانگ آرم تو لا کی ہوتی ہے آپ نے
of the election commission پہ وہ بھی
تھوڑی کم کر لیں
تو شارٹ آپ کر لیتے.
وائلیشن آف دی آرڈر آف دا سپریم کورٹ.
It's 204 my lord.
نہیں وہ تو آرٹیکل ہے نا,
Article 204. And Section 3 of
یہ تو
the contempt.
جوڈیشل کنٹیمپٹ ہوا نا.
And Section 3 of the contempt of court.
ذرا پڑھ دیں آپ, ذرا دے دیں ان کو کتاب. حد ہو گئی.
But you can get back onto the rails.
اچھا آپ نے شیڈیول کیوں نہیں اپوائنٹ, ابھی تک آپ نے شیڈیول کیوں نہیں دیا ہے الیکشن؟
مطلب آج دینا
نہیں, آج آپ دیں گے
ٹریننگ کے بعد. ٹریننگ کے بعد ہم
نہیں, الیکشن شیڈیول کی بات کر رہا ہوں.
شیڈیول الیکشن پروگرام جو ہے we had planned it after the training, or
training can still continue on the side.
Where is the schedule? Show me the schedule.
I don't have the schedule.
ٹریننگ تو آپ نے روک دی.
ٹریننگ کچھ اور چیز ہے, شیڈیول
کہہ رہے ہیں کہ آپ اس کا شیڈول کریں گے, اس میں کوئی بات تو نہیں ہے.
شیڈیول کدھر ہے آپ کا؟
Schedule we can bring, we didn't bring it here.
No, we wanted
We were going to issue the schedule
today.
It must be ready somewhere, lying somewhere, na? تو دکھا دیں.
Who is the gentleman behind you?
He's the Secretary Election Commission.
جی تو
It had already been drafted. It's
you'll issue it today?
No, let them bring it.
Lordship, the idea was to issue the schedule right after the training, which has
Why
What's the connection between the two?
that was what the commissioner decided, that they will issue it.
No,
right
but
after the
Mr.
training.
Umar Hamid, you would have,
there must be some connection.
and you must have drafted a program to ban gaya hoga na. आप इंतजार तो नहीं कर रहे.
इस दिन nomination paper देना है, इस दिन ये करना है.
जी, वो section 57 के तहत, you know, you
Where
count
is that
backwards.
schedule?
That schedule is counted 54 days backwards.
Where is the schedule?
We have it, sir.
Show it to us.
We have the draft.
No. When will you issue it?
It was supposed to be
When will you
Right
issue
after the
it?
training, sir.
right after the training.
When will you issue it?
Originally, sir, it was supposed to be
When will
from
you
13
issue?
to 16, the training.
When will
Wait, please, if you're going,
As your lordship
if they are going to mock the law, if the election commission is going to mock the law, show us the law which says schedule will be issued after training is completed. Refer to that provision.
No, it says simultaneously.
Show us that provision.
Training can go on the side. That is just
Training
a
can
capacity
go on till
building.
the election
उसका तो मुताल्लक
day.
नहीं है.
It can continue training
It
people.
says simultaneously with the.
Where is the law which says
Section 52,
training
ma'am.
of officers?
So, Mr. Swati, you have not read this to the election commission earlier.
No.
This section 52 of
It says the simultaneous section.
तो फिर इनको
52.
बताइए.
It can go parallel.
52 exceptional circumstances में क्या?
जी.
Otherwise, आपके
months
लिए
prior.
आप जो कह रहे हैं शेड्यूल की लाजम है कि हम पहले ट्रेनिंग करेंगे, ये कहाँ लिखा हुआ है? ये कहीं भी नहीं लिखा हुआ. तो बताइए,
Lords,
तो ये क्यों कह रहे हैं?
60 days in ordinary circumstances
Simple.
before the election program, since delimitation was.
आज 8 फरवरी को अगर बैकवर्ड्स करें तो आज कितने दिन रह गए?
Today is the 55th day.
50?
day. 55 दिन आज. कल से 54th day.
आपको मिनिमम कितना चाहिए?
54 days.
तो you have to issue the
You
schedule
have to issue the schedule today.
today.
Yes.
Today.
या तो फिर सबको बुला लीजिए, फिर आप भी वायलेट कर रहे हैं अपना लॉ.
नहीं. So we were going to.
Are you making a definite statement you're issuing it today or not?
अभी
We have your schedule ready. Issue it.
Hey, if you are so keen on elections, why are you backing off now?
we're not backing.
I mean, training, Mr. Umar Hamid also, training is just a capacity building which can continue. एक दिन लेट हो गई, 3 दिन लेट, आप training करा दें, रात को extra करा दें.
So the idea was, if you allow me, sir, the idea was that we will complete the training between 13 and 16 पे करेंगे.
Fair enough, but that hasn't happened.
Now what has happened is that we've gone a little like 4 or 5 days ahead.
to 4 days.
So that was the idea of the commission. If you allow the commission,
लेकिन आप एक मेरी बात
Sir.
सुनिए. आपको आरओ और डीआरओ की जो एक्चुअल जरूरत है इस प्रोग्राम में, शेड्यूल में, तो अभी आगे जाके ना कहीं.
नहीं आगे जाके नहीं.
When is the first time they're required to work?
क्योंकि nomination, the last date for nomination हमने शेड्यूल में देना है.
कब है?
अगर 57(2) का A देखें ना.
आप बताएं, डेट बताइए ना. How many days do we have from today to that first assignment that DRO has to perform?
That's the 6th day from the issuance of the election program. ये 57(2) का A लिखा हुआ है.
Right.
तो
So you
पहले दिन भी 5th day, first day पे, very first day पे भी nomination आके सबमिट हो सकते हैं.
तो ठीक हो गया ना. अभी 1-2 दिन की भी ट्रेनिंग होगी, आपने 4-5 दिन की और ट्रेनिंग करानी है, करा लें. उसका तो कोई मतलब you can
ट्रेनिंग किसी ने रोकी नहीं है. देखें, आप ट्रेनिंग ब्लाउज आपने रोकी है, ट्रेनिंग को जारी रहने देते, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता था. ये तो खाली उसकी हद तक था. आपने पता नहीं क्यों रोक दिया. आप भी नहीं चाहते कि नहीं होना इलेक्शन. बेसिकली इसको आप तो देखो, अगर आपने करने के लिए सीरियसली हैं तो आप उसको कैरी ऑन करें.
असल में नोटिफिकेशन माय लॉर्ड वाज सस्पेंडेड, तो इस वजह से वो एज अ नेचुरल कॉन्सिक्वेंस
नोटिफिकेशन सस्पेंड हुआ. आपने भी कोई नोटिफिकेशन जारी कर दी है?
suspension of the notification of the appointments, which is the ipso facto of what the
आपने क्यों किया है? Why?
आपने क्यों किया?
Why you issue the notification for suspension of? आपने क्यों किया? आपको कहा था कोर्ट ने कि आप ये करें.
सर, जब ROs ही सस्पेंड हो गए तो फिर नोटिफिकेशन.
RO सस्पेंड हुए हैं, फर्स्ट करिए, अभी हम उसको विड्रॉ कर लेते हैं. आपका तो नोटिफिकेशन रहेगा, वो इन फील्ड रहेगा ना.
Immediately we will, sir.
Why you immediately? Why you issue it?
तो इनका
Who had said so?
That was done in compliance of the suspension order.
भाई compliance का, भाई compliance किधर लिखा, किधर लिखा हुए compliance करें? किधर कहा है कि आप इशू करें? उन्होंने सस्पेंड कर दी, सस्पेंड हो गए, खत्म. Why you issue? Why you issue? आपने क्यों इशू किया?
My lord, we
In compliance of
I think that was you being unnecessarily, जब एक कोर्ट ने ऑर्डर ने सस्पेंड कर दिया तो आपको सिर्फ कहना है कोर्ट ने सस्पेंड किया हुआ है जी. मतलब I think you just did an extra thing which is not required in law.
there was a confusion because everybody was calling us up and asking us, so we had to in compliance deference to the court order.
due deference to the court order हमने जो है
ये भी नहीं लिखा हुआ,
it has affected us
ये भी नहीं लिखा हुआ.
it has affected us negatively.
कंफ्यूजन नहीं है, कंफ्यूजन इस रिमूव नहीं होती जैसे आपने रिमूव की. कंफ्यूजन तो थी, ऑर्डर लिखा हुआ है, ठीक है.
we got the order.
You know, there are notifications suspended by courts usually. Doesn't mean that FBR issues another notification saying now then all of my notifications suspended. ऐसा तो नहीं होता. I think this
But
is just an
in due
extra
deference,
thing.
extra care में
Totally
जाके in due
unnecessary
deference
exercise जो आपने की.
So may I just respectfully submit, whenever there is an order by any court,
Yes.
then we, whatever actions we have already allowed to go on, we revert, we hold those in abeyance. And when the court or the higher judiciary gives us another order, then we restore it accordingly. That was all. Whenever there is simple, for instance, if there are delimitation cases, because our own people are on the ground, they have to be given some orders by the commission also. That was the reason.
लिखें. अच्छा, आपने स्टे भी मांगा है. स्टे एप्लीकेशन नंबर इज 10612 केस यू वांट इट. We'll correct the order. I'm pretty exhausted by now.
My apologies, my lord.
No, it's good that
Need
you
of the
come.
hour.
It's not your fault. This petition for leave to appeal assails the order of a learned single judge of the Lahore High Court, Lahore, dated where is the order gone? Page?
Page 10, my lord. 13th of December.
Page?
10 पे.
13, 12, 23.
10 पे.
13, 22, 23.
13/12/2023.
23. Full stop. The impugned order was passed on the writ petition filed under Article 199 of the Constitution of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, within bracket, Constitution, bracket close, wherein the Election Commission of Pakistan, wherein the two petitioners before us and 8 others were arrayed as respondents. All the petition sought the arrayed for he sought a declaration that sections 50 within bracket 1 bracket close within bracket small b and 51 within bracket 1 within bracket closed of the Elections Act, 2017 was unconstitutional, void, without lawful authority, and of no legal effect. The two provisions which had been assailed are reproduced hereunder. The petition further prayed. the said provisions Section 50 pertains to the appointment of district returning officers by the Election Commission of Pakistan, bracket mein kar dein ECP, and Section 51 of the appointment of returning officers and assistant returning officers. Full stop. The petition stated that instead, it is submitted by Mr. Sajil Shahriyar Sawati, learned representing the petitioners, that the stated two provisions of law have been part of the Elections Act and subsisted at the time when the last elections were held. And till date, no one has taken any exception thereto. Full stop. It is further submitted that this court, right, video italics mein kar dijiyega, its order, where was that order gone?
224 page.
Huh?
3rd of November.
The page?
224. 224. It's 3rd of November.
Right. Judgment dated 3 November 2023, tending to a number of constitution petitions filed in this court, wherein the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, within bracket PTI, was also one of the petitioners, oblique appellants, had sought that a date for holding of elections be announced. Full stop. Pursuant to the notice being taken by this court, the President of Pakistan and the ECP met and decided that general elections should be held on 8 February 2024. Full stop. The federal government, the provincial governments, and Islamabad capital territory, all of whom were represented before us, concurred. This court held that, word commas begin, no one should now put forward any pretext to derail democracy, word commas closed, bracket mein kar dein, paragraph 18 of the said judgment, bracket close. Full stop. The Learned Council submits that to enable elections to be held, to ensure elections are held on 8th of February, the certain number of days are required to do the different acts which the law requires prior to the holding of the said elections. And the passing of the impugned order at the 11th hour, if it remains in the field, would make the holding of elections on 8 Feb would not permit the holding of elections on 8 February 2024. Full stop. It is further stated that the ECP had drafted the schedule for elections. What do you call it? Program for election. Election program. What is it?
Under which section?
57.
Had drafted the election program, capital E, capital P, which it was intending to announce today. But the passing of the impugned order has made this passing of the impugned order, that if the impugned order is sustained, this will not be possible, as without having district returning officers and assistant returning officers, election cannot be held. First off, he further states that the learned judge acted in undue, that the learned judge has effectively decided the petition. That there is an inherent contradiction in the impugned order, because where is the impugned order page?
Page 10, my lord.
Because in paragraph 7, he states that this file states, inverted commas begin, to place this file before the Honorable HON'(BLE) Chief Justice for the Constitution of a larger bench, capital L, capital B, inverted commas closed. And at the same time, in the successive paragraph 8, he suspends four notifications issued by the ECP, particulars whereof are as under. ये numbers ले लीजिएगा, उसके लिख दीजिएगा.
My lord, actually,
please sit down. Who are you? You are dictating an order. Please sit down. Seems to be no respect for anybody anymore. Next time you do it, we'll hold you in contempt. Who are you, a lawyer? Where have you studied? Please go and sit at the back. I don't know what's happening, what sort of education is being imparted. Supreme Court is dictating an order and she comes and stands up. Is she with you?
She's not an advocate of this court, shouldn't have addressed the court.
I don't know.
No, is she with you?
No. We don't know.
Which respectively appointed 8 returning officers for the seats reserved for women and non-Muslims, 144 district returning officers for elections to the National Assembly and Provincial Assemblies, 266 returning officers and assistant returning officers. ये भी National Assembly and Provincial Assembly for elections to the National and Provincial Assemblies, and 593. ये क्या चीज़ है? 260 national kar dein, 593 returning officer and assistant register for provincial assemblies, for elections to the provincial assemblies. As such, altogether 1,011 district returning officers and returning officers have been have stopped working off kar dein. Their working has been stopped with the stroke of a pen by the learned single judge. The learned single judge also did not fail to appreciate that the officers that had been appointed were to perform functions throughout Pakistan, and in passing the impugned order, the learned judge acted well beyond the territorial jurisdiction of the High Court. Full stop. As if this was not enough, the very opening words of Article 199 were disregarded by the learned judge, insofar as it stipulates that when there's an alternate adequate remedy available to the petitioner, the same should be availed of first. We are informed that Section 55, subsection 3 was such a remedy. If the petitioner had a grievance against any particular returning officer or officers, we inquired from the petitioners whether any application was submitted before the ECP under Section 55(3). That is availing of the alternate adequate remedy, and we were told that this was not done. The petitioner states that he is an office holder of the very same political party, that is PTI, which was before this court when the said judgment was passed, wherein no such concern as expressed in the petition filed before the High Court was stated. Full stop. The petitioner also claims to be a barrister, and as such is expected not only to be well conversant with the Constitution and the laws of Pakistan, but to have read the judgment of this court, which had clearly stipulated that any attempt to derail democracy would... What is the line exactly? Where was our judgment? 224?
Lord, it's at page 231, paragraph 18 at page 231, the last line of paragraph 18 at page 231.
That no one would... no one should be allowed to, on any pretext, to derail democracy. Full stop. One individual as, however, one individual appears to have done just that, and it is indeed a matter of considerable regret that he claims to belong to a political party. And has served in such political party And we are told that he served as an additional advocate general when the said political party was in government. Full stop. We, in view of the conduct of the petitioner, we call upon him to submit an explanation why action for contempt of court should not be initiated against him for judicial contempt.
My lord, it would be civil contempt, my lord, this disregarding of the court order under section
for क्या उसको कहते हैं, नहीं, for contempt लिख देते हैं वो, for under the contempt of court ordinance, 2003, read with article 204 of the constitution. Full stop. The learned judge, acting in undue haste and at the 11th hour, that we saw the list, that the learned counsel went through the list of returning officers appointed pursuant to the 4 notifications and stated that they were all, that in one of these notifications pertains to the officers of the ECP, whereas the remaining 3 are all serving government servants who already were holding their respective positions and have not been put in place for the purpose of this election or on anyone's behest. Stop. The petitioner before the High Court also, learned counsel further states that that initially the ECP had pursuant to section 51, pursuant to
50 subsection 1 clause C and 51(1)
and 51 within bracket 1, written to the chief justices of the 5 high courts and requested them to provide judicial officers for the upcoming elections, and not a single one of the chief justices agreed to do so. He has referred to a letter issued by the Lahore High Court, which specifically stated that वो लेटर किस पेज पे था?
211 210 से 211 210
2010
6th of February.
नहीं वो आपका नहीं, reply
210 210 to 211.
Emphatic reply was given that no judicial officers can be spared because there are over 1.3 million cases requiring adjudication,
approximately.
About 1.3 million cases requiring adjudication, and delaying and provision of such officers would result in the tendency to increase and of which the ultimate sufferers would be the litigants. Full stop. Under such circumstances, for the petitioner to insist on judicial officers to be provided would effectively mean that a writ be issued against the High Court, which is not permissible under Article 199.
Clause 5, sir. 199 Clause 5. But this is the Chief Justice.
And in this regard, place his reliance upon the case of Gul Tez Khan Marwat. You
have to come to the Supreme Court.
And versus Registrar Peshawar High Court, PLD 2021, Supreme Court 391, which was a judgment by a far member bench of this court. इसमें हमने क्या किया था? इसमें कहा कि रेगुलेटेड नहीं लाया करते हाई कोर्ट के अगेंस्ट. हाँ? That becomes a wonderful reason.
The only remedy in such a case, according to this judgment, is to approach this court.
And it was held therein that since the only remedy, that if at all there was any remedy, it would be to approach the Supreme Court of Pakistan, which judgment appears to have also been disregarded both by the petitioner as well as the learned judge who passed, the learned single judge. Full stop. Under the circumstances, it would be appropriate to we hereby direct that
what's the number of the petition?
The High Court petition? It's
rate petition number 80828/2023 be what?
Yes.
Be called from that the High Court should not take any further proceedings in WP number 80828/2023, and the same be placed before and the same be sent to the Supreme Court, and if it is deemed necessary, this court will fix it for hearing. Before this court, full stop. In view of the fact, ordinarily, this court does not pass, it does not suspend orders without issuing of notice, but in view of the fact, that the impugned order has come into direct conflict with the judgment of this court, and as the petition as filed appears not to be maintainable, we are doing so. Full stop. The impugned order also comes in the way of the Election Commission to proceed with its duties and responsibilities, constitutional duties and responsibilities for the holding of elections as mandated under the Constitution.
What can we refer?
The without further delay. Order ہم نے سسپینڈ کر دیا نا, کر دیا
لکھا ہے
ہاں. Accordingly, in the given circumstances and considering the constitutional and legal stipulations and the judgments of this court, the impugned order is hereby suspended and full stop. The Election Commission shall we are informed that the Election Commission had prepared the election program which was supposed to be issued today, and in view of the impugned order it had not done so. However, since the impugned order has now been suspended, the Election Commission shall issue the election program today, tonight, kya?
Today.
Please.
ابھی 3 گھنٹے
As we please, or as the law mandates.
You should be saying that اپنے ہی کرنا ہے نا.
یہ نہیں کرنا تو بتا دیں.
We are ready, sir, as per your directions.
ہم تو نہیں کہیں گے, ہم آپ سے اپنا کام کروائیں گے. یا آپ کے ہمیں کام کرنا نہیں آتا ہے, جو آپ کہیں ہم کبھی کسی کو نہیں کہیں گے, اس سے کام کروائیں گے اس کا.
Without fail, we will issue the election program without fail.
The undertaking is given on behalf of the Election Commission that the election program will be issued today. سمجھے آپ نے؟
اور وہ بھی کہ وہ جو آپ نے ان ویو آف نوٹیفیکیشن کیا تھا اس کو بھی آج وڈرا کیجیے, ورنہ تو نہیں چل سکے گا نا. وہ
نوٹیفیکیشن کہاں ہے؟ The notification of the election issued by the Election Commission of Pakistan pursuant to the impugned order of the High Court is also suspended. وہ آپ کریں گے نہیں. Election Commission of Pakistan states that since the impugned order has been suspended, it will be ECP will be withdrawing the کیا نام ہے اس کا notification dated 14/12/2023 کا کوئی نمبر بھی ہے؟
نمبر بتا دیں.
نوٹیفیکیشن نمبر F2 یہ پیج 234 پہ لگا.
35. ہاں 34 and 35. 34
and 35.
الیکشن
34 and 35
نہیں, یہ نہیں ہے,
234 پہ
234 پہ. یہ نمبر لکھ دینا, اس کا نمبر شمبر اور ڈیٹ بھی لکھ دیجیے گا.
دونوں نیکسٹ پیج پہ بھی ہے.
Now
235 پہ بھی ہے دونوں, سیم ڈیٹ, ایون ڈیٹ.
تو اس میں نوٹس کس کو کریں ہم؟ 234 اینڈ پیج 235 دونوں پہ لکھیں.
دونوں پہ
نوٹس ہم کس کو کریں؟
all the responses.
باقی کو کیا کرنے کی ضرورت ہے؟
number 1
وہی وہ پٹیشنر تھا نا. ایشو نوٹس ٹو let notice of this petition be issued to the petitioner before the High Court, that is respondent number 1 herein.
My lord, we will resume the training on Monday onwards. This is what the Learned Secretary is saying. Because you
have tomorrow. Why are you missing out tomorrow?
So may I just submit?
No, please don't. Just do the law, abide by the law, hold
Sir,
election.
may I just submit, if you allow me, sir? So it's a huge logistical exercise. All the DROs, ROs will have to be brought to the venues. The venues have been cancelled. We have to, just the delay of.
नहीं हमें देखें
Monday का सिर्फ हम शुरू.
हम कुछ नहीं लिखेंगे
Sir,
हम ना कल का लिखेंगे ना मंडे का लिखेंगे. आपका जो काम है आप करो. आप देखिए हम आपको माइक्रो मैनेज नहीं करेंगे.
Thank you very much.
हम मोटी मोटी बात करेंगे. आपने कहा जी हम इलेक्शन करना चाहते हैं 8 को.
जी इंशाल्लाह.
हमने तो नहीं कहा, आपने कहा है ना. आप और सदर साहब ने मिलकर के तयन कर लिया कि 8 फरवरी को करना है. हमने कहा आपको इलेक्शन 8 को करें. हमने आपको कहा क्या? ठीक है, जब आपने ये काम कर लिया, जो भी चीजें वहां तक जाने के लिए करने को हैं वो आप करें. कल को आप कहेंगे जी सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने ये कर दिया, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने वो कर दिया और हम ये नहीं कर सके तो वो नहीं कर सके. भाई जो कुछ करना है करें. अब आपके सामने एक मसला था, रुकावट थी, वो रुकावट और वो मसला हमने दूर कर दिया. अब आप अपना काम कीजिए, हम लोग अपना काम करेंगे. और अगर इजाजत दें तो मैं फिर छुट्टी पे जा सकता हूँ.
My lord, just
have a great vacation, sir.
just detaining you for 30 seconds. Notice may also be issued to the federation.
Oh yes. A notice be also issued to the federation of to respondent number
5, my lord.
5, as well as notice under our Order 27A of the Code of Civil Procedure 1908 to the Attorney General. Advocate General को भी करने हैं. And the Advocate Generals of the 4 provinces. Islamabad का कौन होता है?
होते हैं, but
Advocate General कहते हैं
federal law है तो वो
and the Islamabad Capital Territory. चलिए. Anything else, gentlemen?
You've right. Apologies once again for.
No, it's not your doing. You are before us, but we must, at least I must compliment you for being so thorough in a very short period of time. And which is always a pleasure to have counsel who are ready with their case, particularly at such. छोड़ो. इसी में पे ऑर्डर पर करिएगा, ठीक है? हाँ हाँ, वो वाली ग्रांट कर दें, वो एग्जेम्पशन वाली.
And also, my lord may also wish to grant the leave, and then the leave may also be granted because it's a CPLA, so a leave has to be granted.
Okay. The points, points. Now you can see I'm very tired. The points raised above, in क्या होता है? Leave is granted to consider, amongst others, the noted points.
Notice.
Thank you.
Bling it on with Redmi 13C. 4 vibrant and fresh colors. Smooth 6.74 inches 90 Hz display. 50 megapixel AI triple camera.